Good morning. It's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to pull some cards and share some guidance for this weekend. That's the 9th and the 10th of March 2024. Please let me know if you can hear me because this is my second stream. Yes, thanks, Barb. Excellent. Thanks, Pamela. All right, so let's continue. So welcome. I want to send out a big extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light members, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. Your support helps me be able to do these videos. So please consider supporting my work through my website. I'm coming to you live now from Tasmania, Australia, where it is Saturday the 9th of March here, and the time is 7:57 a.m. So what I'll be doing today is using my combined cards, my oracle cards that I created. I've got the Speed of Light oracle cards here, the black ones, and the green ones with the ladybug. The Animal Kingdom oracle cards, and I'll be using these two decks combined to find the best card that the majority of us need for Saturday and Sunday, and then the theme for the weekend. If it's not quite Saturday for you yet and you haven't seen Friday's guidance, then please have a look back at the old video that I recorded on Thursday just a couple of days ago. Hi Carol, welcome. So let's get started. I don't know what else to say, so I'm just going to start. So I'm looking now for the best card for Saturday the 9th of March. Saturday the 9th of March, this is the day 5 years ago today that my workshop burned down, and I'm thinking after this video I'm going to go over to my ceramics page, which is Leanne Peters Artist, and I'm going to share my thoughts on this reflection back over the last 5 years, because it's pretty incredible. So, Saturday the 9th of March 2024, and the best card for the majority of us, hi Alison, is this, Speed of Light. Animal Kingdom. Are we going to have any dragons? Because I've already seen two, just showing you the deck. Here is our first dragon. So when I was showing you the cards before, the card behind was a dragon, the card that I split the deck to was a dragon, and now we have a dragon. So dragons, if you're new to my deck, in the Animal Kingdom Oracle, we have 5 dragons, and they're the most powerful cards in the deck. So we have the Air Dragon coming up, first of all, for Saturday. So this is a great card, card 27, and it says, your mind is powerful. So this is very much aligning with mental energy, but also the element of air. And the air, we've just been exploring it in the art class actually, and the air I didn't really think about that much before, but in Chinese, in the Chinese elements, Qi is regarded as the air, what we would call the air element, and it actually takes up the most space, and we can't see it. It's not craving for attention like an object might be. Any sort of object, even a human, anything that's manifest is something we can, it's visually appeared, let's say. It takes up space, it occupies air, it occupies space. But air, the element of air, is everywhere, yet it doesn't flash out to us, it doesn't call for our attention, but it does, it's the most, it takes up the most space of anything, including water, most likely. So this element of air is interesting, and my thoughts on it have shifted over the last couple of weeks, really, as I've been diving into that element of air a little bit more. So I'm thinking that this energy with this card, of course it's highlighting the mind. This is a great day on Saturday to be focused, to look at finding clarity, to sorting things out in our head that may be confusing or scattered or not in their order or not in their place. I find my mind, at least, likes to have order. It likes to have things in some type of structure or some type of system that I've worked out that is right for me, that fits my character, my personality, and my outlook on life, let's say. So I find my mind likes structure, and the more unstructured I'm feeling, the more scattered I am, the more things aren't in their place in my mind, then the less, I guess, I feel in alignment with my mind, my higher mind. Then this is after we get our lower mind out of the way. So our lower mind is our wounded self, really, and that consists of our issues and our fear and our beliefs that are holding us back, our limitations, our insecurities. Once we can clear those things out and we slip into the higher mind, that higher sense of consciousness that's quite mental as well, then I do find this structure and order is really important. So I feel that on Saturday, let's make sure that we're working the best way that we can with our mind. You know, that our mind is not running off on some tangent, thinking ridiculous thoughts that are unnecessary. You know, why are we worrying ourselves about this particular thing? Is it really that important in the grand scheme of things? Does it really matter what that person is doing over there? How does that affect us? How does that relate to us? How does that influence our life? It probably doesn't. So I think we need to perhaps pick and choose what we think about and what we focus on, and that will help us get back in charge of our thoughts as well. And also perhaps for some of us it is about, on Saturday, about seeing where things fit in our life on a mental level. You know, how we're thinking about things, what's the order of things, what's the structure and the routine or the organisation, the management that is taking place right now of our life that is very much coming from our mental state. And then for those of us that want to take it even further, if we want to look at a life force and we want to look at the chi and the air element itself, then there is something potentially quite uplifting. And I'm really drawn to the hot air balloon energy at the moment for the last week or so. So, you know, that's harnessing that air element, harnessing that chi and lifting up higher and higher. It's quite incredible. So the dragon, what are you going to do with this energy on Saturday? How are you going to use the energy of the air dragon and this favourable time for getting things back into alignment mentally? So maybe think about where you're at mentally, and then you can probably from there decide or figure out how do you get things back into order, how do you get things back into alignment on a mental level. Sometimes our mind and our emotions are very closely entangled, and in fact when we're very heavily in our lower mind and we're worried and we're stressed and we're pressured and there's just a lot of heavy things that we're worrying about, that can entangle up emotionally, and it can be difficult to differentiate between emotions and our mind. So working out how to, it's almost like two octopus just kind of latching onto each other. They tangle up. So if we can work out how to kind of separate these energies a little bit or a lot and figure out, okay, is that emotional, is that mental? I find that really, really helpful, because then it helps me understand how to approach sorting that out. Because if it's emotional, it requires a different tactic than if it's mentally focused. And if it's all entangled and twisted up and tied together, then I need to try and pry that apart. And really, sometimes the line is fine. You know, is this emotional? Is this mental? I need to ask. I need to find out. So that will help me get back in charge and all of my mind, but also help me find my balance and help me understand myself better. I want to know, am I feeling that emotionally, or is this occurring on a mental level? Because that's a really valuable information to help me figure things out. So don't underestimate your power and your ability to figure things out for yourself. So that's Saturday. Let's look for the best card for Sunday, the 10th of March. Sunday the 10th. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so this is a new video. I did one before, which should have stopped, so it shouldn't have been going for 22 minutes. But I just did a video before, but it seemed to have no sound, so I just deleted it, and I'm back now for hopefully one that everyone can hear. So let's look for the best card for Sunday the 10th of March. The Phoenix rising, isn't it? It feels like, you know, rising up out of the ashes of the past and into the new. There's something very exciting about Sunday for some reason. We've got a Speed of Light Oracle card, and we have the Focus card. So again, we're highlighting mental energy. This is card 38, and it says holding position, timing, and growth. So this is finding our position and holding it. So in some ways, this feels like Saturday, the opportunity to get things straight in our mind, get things organised, get things ordered, figure things out, let go of the things that we're thinking that are just unnecessary. Why are we worrying about that? Why are we stressing about some of the things? In fact, some people stress about so much stuff that's really probably not that important to stress about. There are things going on in our own life that we can try and improve, and about our own self that we can try and improve. So there's so much clutter mentally that we can just clear out. So if we can do that on Saturday and focus on that energy, it feels like things come into some type of alignment here, because this is very much a mental card, and it's showing things, it's showing us holding our position. It's like on this illustration here, there's a path, and this path is highlighting where we've come from, where our past, where we've walked, or what we've walked through, all the decisions that we've made to get to this point, the changes that we've been through to get to this monumental moment, this potential turning point, really, but this potential really powerful moment in our life. So we've got ourselves to this point. Now, if we're not happy or we're not balanced or things are just not right with where we are, then it's up to us to hold that position, take responsibility, and focus on what needs to change. How can I improve things about my life and myself, my relationships? Now, if we get to this position and we assess and we determine that I'm in a pretty good place, things could be better perhaps, but things could also be worse, so I'm doing okay, then holding also that position, taking responsibility for that, really embodying what's led us to this moment and everything that we've been through that's made us who we are, which is hopefully a better person. So this is that journey, the past that's led us up to here. And here we now stand in our position. It's like a yoga pose or a statue in some ways. And we're standing here and we're growing. We're owning we're taking responsibility for our life. And as we stand here in this pose, whatever the pose is, this is a yoga pose, there is growth here. It's like we stand and we are like a tree now. We're putting our roots down and we're growing like a tree with our branches up into the air, up into the chi, we could say, and down into the earth. So there's something very grounded, something very present about this energy for Sunday. But focus is probably going to be highlighted. So a great time to focus on things. It could be personal things that we're working through. It could be things that we're doing, projects that we're working on. So see how you go with that. So there are our cards for the weekend. I'm going to pull a theme card in just a moment. Before I do, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed this video, then please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment, please share if you're inspired to, and if you'd prefer to connect more privately, then please send us a message through our website. So I've got some new ceramics that I've just released on my ceramics website, which is leannepeters.com. And I've just collected some more of my ceramics from where it was in storage. So hopefully, maybe over the next couple of days, perhaps even Monday, I'll be sharing, putting some more things up as well. So new ceramics on my ceramics website. You can grab yourself a deck of cards or two if you like. You can work with them together or separately. It's up to you, but you can find those on my website, and all sorts of things that I've created over the last 19 years of being here at Temple of Balance. So please have a look and please consider supporting my work. Go to templeofbalance.com.au. Okay, let's grab and find first the best theme card for the weekend. So there is a mental highlight already, so a great opportunity to get back in charge of our thoughts, to elevate our thoughts, to let our thoughts take us to the next level. So that's what I'm noticing. Let's see what the cards want to say. So the best card for the theme for Saturday and Sunday, the 9th and the 10th of March 2024 is, we'll go with this guy, it's an Animal Kingdom Oracle card, and it's the Stag. So the Stag appeared recently, a week ago or something. It's card 42, and it says New Direction. So now this does highlight the mind, because I really feel the antenna here, sorry, the antlers are like antenna, and this is like tuning in and really figuring out which direction to take. And, you know, sometimes we underestimate the power of our mind, I think, in the spiritual world in general. Our mind is our enemy, and yes, it can be if we're living in our wounded mind. If we're living stressful and pressured and worrying about the wrong things, let's say, then our mind can be a bit of an enemy. And so we might want to be, you know, moving into our feeling and feeling our way through, which I highly recommend. But it's also balanced with empowered and an uplifted mind. So let's not underestimate the power of our mind and how we can actually work with it to stay focused, to get things done, to get into alignment. And I actually really like the energy of the mind and the emotions, because I feel emotions tend to be more fluid. So they're like flowing. I feel like I flow with emotions. And the mind, especially the higher mind, is more structured. So it likes the order and the management and the structure of things, let's say, like I was talking about before. So if we can actually harness both of those and work with both of those together, it seems like they'd be opposing, but they actually work fantastically together, where we can be in the flow but also be in the order and the structure of our mind. If we have one or the other too prominent, then we can be out of balance. So working with the union, the marriage of those, it's like yin-yang energy. If we can bring them together, then that helps us be more whole in regards to moving forward or being an active participant in our life. So the Stag does highlight the mind, because it's got the antlers going up, which is like tuning in, but also tuning in intuitively, but tuning in also mentally as well, and expanding that part of our mind. Like the antlers are antenna, and we're sort of feeling or considering or figuring out which is the best path to take, or which way is forward. So the Stag is very much about direction. It's about our life's path. It is about moving forward. And there is this sense that I want to talk about self-belief. You know, I think actually self-belief is really, really important, because I've found just in various situations over the years that, you know, I could be reasonably good at something, like skill-wise, technique-wise, but if my self-belief is low on that day, then I actually underperform, if you like, with that skill or that technique. If my self-belief is reasonably high and healthy, then I actually perform better than average or better than normal in that technique or that skill. So I think our self-belief, we can't underestimate that as well. So maybe there's something to this weekend about looking at our self-belief, how we can believe more in ourselves. But it's hard to believe in ourselves if we don't know ourselves. So if we don't know ourselves and we're pretending that we believe in ourselves, then it's not really real. So if we can get to know ourselves and figure out that balance between mind and emotions perhaps, or our lower mind and our higher mind, that kind of thing, and work out how we can best work with these parts of ourselves, and that will give us more information about who we are. And then that information we can take into things like building our self-confidence, building our self-belief, and those elements, and our self-trust. These elements are really important in having a balanced but also productive life, I find. So the Stag is our theme. Thanks so much for watching. I'm going to go straight over to my other Facebook page, one of my other ones, Leanne Peters, artist. It's where I share all my ceramic stuff. I'm going to go over there and just have a little quick video reflecting on the last 5 years since my workshop burned down and my journey through that. So if you want to join me, I'll be over there pretty much straight away. If not, I'll see you again perhaps on Monday. So have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye. Oh, I can't go. Yes, now I can. Bye.